Melania's bold move sparked a cultural renaissance when Barron Trump became the target of a joke. The evening unfolded like any other in the enchanting world of late-night television. The host, celebrated for his sharp wit and incisive humor, spun tales that poked fun at public figures, drawing hearty laughter from the audience gathered in the studio in Burbank, California. In a surprising twist, he redirected his attention to Barron Trump, the youngest offspring of the former First Lady and President. The jest was clearly aimed at the young one, and it came forth with a quick, cutting precision. The crowd's laughter danced between uncertain giggles and the restless fidgeting of bodies in their chairs. The comment was not just a playful quip. It was a pointed jab that struck deeper, aimed squarely at the offspring of a public figure who had mostly stayed out of the spotlight. Within mere hours, the clip spread like wildfire, becoming a presence everywhere. The hashtag Barron Trump ignited a whirlwind of conversation on Twitter and Instagram, creating a vibrant social media spectacle. Timelines overflowed with a vibrant tapestry of memes and reactions, as both ardent supporters of the Trump family and vocal critics of the presenter shared their perspectives. Some found the jest to be lacking in taste and superfluous, while others stood by it, viewing it simply as a form of comedy. The event swiftly caught the attention of news outlets, sparking a thorough examination of every detail and reigniting conversations about the boundaries of humor. In a moment, steeped in astonishment, Melania Trump watched the film from the comfort of her Palm Beach residence. From the very beginning, she devoted herself to her son, tirelessly striving to shield him from the chaos of the world around them. The offense cast a shadow not just over Barron, but also weighed heavily on her as a mother. She understood that this was a matter she could not overlook. She started crafting a response to the situation, her instincts as a caregiver guiding her every thought. Yet, on this occasion, simple words fell short. Melania took a bold step that would ripple through the media landscape as the outcry intensified. She would embark on a legal journey. Yet, she remained oblivious to the fact that this choice would spark a clash far grander than she ever envisioned. The next morning, a press release was issued by Melania Trump's staff. It was a powerful yet calculated response, condemning the TV host's remarks as unsuitable and harmful. While her words struck a chord with her supporters, they fell short of calming the rising storm of controversy. Melania was filled with a fiery determination, her anger fueling her resolve. For years, she faced the harsh glare of public scrutiny and scorn, but this latest assault on her son struck a deeply personal chord, igniting a fierce determination within her to respond. She turned to a woman celebrated for her impressive triumphs and straightforward demeanor, one of the finest defamation attorneys in the country. In a bold move, they came together to file a lawsuit against the network and the presenter, claiming they had suffered from intentional infliction of emotional distress and defamation. The legal filing painted a grim scene. The remark, cloaked in the guise of humor, had crossed a line. The matter had shifted from a question of free expression to a crucial concern for protecting the dignity and privacy of a young individual. The lawsuit unfolded like a captivating spectacle in the public eye. In a lively exchange, news anchors delved into the intriguing question of Melania's assertion, pondering whether it held genuine merit or if it was simply a clever tactic to regain the spotlight. Some critics claimed she was using the legal battle as a means to gain attention, while her supporters praised her bravery, portraying her as a determined mother fiercely protecting her child. In contrast, Barron chose to remain out of the spotlight. Family friends painted a picture of him as a quiet teenager, one who rarely engaged in the whirlwind of attention that surrounded his family. Yet, Melania's choices revealed the essence of her values. Her focus was not on her own standing, instead, she championed his cause. The lawsuit brought about an instant impact. As the shadows lengthened over the late-night program, sponsors started to pull away, wary of the storm of negative attention brewing on the horizon. The presenter, celebrated for his boldness, displayed a more subdued presence in his later broadcasts. Yet, he remained resolute in defending his right to express himself freely, framing the legal battle as an attack on the very essence of humor. He chose not to extend an apology. Yet, as the days unfolded, the tale grew richer, drawing in voices from every corner of the nation, and the struggle was merely at its inception. The lawsuit ignited a whirlwind of attention across every media outlet. Cable news channels devoted countless hours to lively panel discussions, online forums buzzed with fervent debates, and podcasts delved into the situation from every conceivable angle. Right down the middle, the land seemed to stand at a crossroads. On one side, there were those who lauded Melania for standing firm against what they saw as mistreatment cloaked in humor. Her choice was met with great enthusiasm by her parents, who took to social media to share a wave of supportive messages. A viral post, featuring a photograph of Barron from his father's time in office, proclaimed that the safety of our children must always be a priority. On the other hand, the reactions were quite severe. Comedians and talk show hosts rallied around their beleaguered peer, emphasizing that the lawsuit set a dangerous precedent for the freedom of creative expression. No matter their age, certain individuals argued that public figures and their families were open to the sharp edge of satire. One should think twice before stepping into the spotlight if they cannot appreciate a good laugh. In the midst of a lively debate on his show, a well-known host proclaimed that the conversation had spilled over from the realm of media into coffee shops, workplaces, and dinner tables everywhere. Amidst the vibrant atmosphere of a campus rally in Los Angeles, college students gathered to delve into a thought-provoking discussion about the ethics surrounding free speech. A gathering of retirees in Topeka, Kansas, found themselves at a cozy diner engaged in a lively discussion about whether the host had crossed the line. The tale shifted its gaze from Melania and Barron, delving into the depths of how society often turns a blind eye to particular actions, all in the name of entertainment. In the midst of the chaos, the late-night anchor continued to voice his objections, unwavering in his resolve. His monologues grew bolder as he portrayed himself as a casualty of suppression. His supporters rallied around him, while his detractors pointed out that his humor had taken on a more cutting, even acerbic edge. The once charming figure now seemed weighed down by the storm of controversy that surrounded him. The networks, too, felt the weight of the strain. As the host's show began to lose its luster, whispers circulated that the executives were reconsidering their backing. Meanwhile, Melania's legal team sprang into action, swiftly presenting additional evidence and statements to strengthen their position. The legal battle had transcended mere personal conflict. It was evolving into a clash of cultures. Yet, none could foresee the surprising turn of events that was on the horizon, one that held the power to dramatically shift the course of the lawsuit. The media could not help but be captivated by the unfolding drama as the trial began in Los Angeles Superior Court. As the sun cast its glow, Melania Trump made her entrance, draped in tailored elegance, flanked by her legal team. The scene unfolded like a carefully crafted narrative, with paparazzi capturing every moment as they converged upon the courthouse steps. In contrast, the late-night anchor strode into the building alongside his attorneys, his expression set in a determined manner. The interior buzzed with a vibrant energy, alive with anticipation. This was not just a trial, it was a judgment on the essence of modern storytelling. The prosecution began its tale with a compelling argument that highlighted the fine line between humor and harm. The sound echoed through the hushed chamber as the troublesome jest resonated in the courtroom. Melania's attorney painted a vivid picture of the deep effects of the remark on her son, illustrating a teenager ensnared in the tumult of media sensationalism. The counsel, with a steady voice, asserted that this matter transcends the realm of free speech. This speaks to a child's right to grow and flourish without facing mockery for their athletic skills. Yet, the defense embarked on a different path. They placed great emphasis on the First Amendment, arguing that comedy, no matter how offensive, deserved safeguarding. The legal team of the host wove a narrative rich with decades of precedent, portraying him as a misunderstood artist, daring to stretch the boundaries of creativity. The presenter shared a heartfelt account of his journey, revealing how the lawsuit loomed over his creativity, casting a shadow on his passion at one pivotal moment. The courtroom unfolded like a grand stage, where opposing beliefs clashed and each side summoned their characters to bolster their tales. The educators who once guided Barron shared their insights about his quiet nature and how the relentless gaze of the media affected his studies. Meanwhile, the defense brought in comedians who passionately argued that satire was a vital part of social commentary. The case captured the public's imagination, drawing them in with an intensity that was palpable. The fervent exchanges from the host and Melania's graceful responses became the focal point of discussion and scrutiny across all prominent platforms. Across the nation, late-night programs chose to steer clear of any jokes about the trial, wary of attracting the spotlight of public scrutiny themselves. Yet, just when the trial seemed to find its steady beat, a fresh witness stepped into the light, flipping the case and the public's view upside down. On what seemed like an ordinary day in the courtroom, the atmosphere shifted dramatically as the prosecution unveiled a surprise witness, captivating everyone present. The defense team cast uneasy looks at one another as a former employee of the network that aired the late-night show stepped into the courtroom. William Carter, once a dedicated production assistant with over 5 years of experience on the program, found himself dismissed in a manner that raised eyebrows and sparked debate. Carter stood tall, his expression steady and resolute as he took the oath of office during the ceremony. The air crackled with anticipation as he took a breath and started to weave his tale. He shared insights about the show's behind-the-scenes culture, painting a picture of a setting where ethics often took a backseat to the urge to push limits. Yet, it was not his broad reflections that captivated the courtroom. It was the exact proof he laid before them. Carter pulled forth emails, scripts, and internal communications from his satchel, revealing an event that proved to be far more damaging than anyone had foreseen. Carter remarked that the quip about Barron Trump was not a spontaneous remark. The decision had been awaited, discussed in depth, and finally approved by the higher-ups of the network. Even more troubling, some correspondents hinted that the jest was crafted not for laughter, but to stir up controversy and boost ratings. The atmosphere in the courtroom shifted dramatically as the documents illuminated the screen, eliciting a chorus of gasps from the audience. The trial took a turn, directing attention away from the host and onto the corporate machinery that had enabled the incident. This shift was underscored by an executive's particularly incriminating email, which stated, "It'll get people talking." Controversy sells. The defense found itself in a frantic race to regain footing, asserting that the host had operated on their own accord and that the network's choices were irrelevant to the matter at hand. Yet, the damage was already inflicted. Carter's testimony had planted a whisper of uncertainty about the intentions behind the joke, as well as the joke itself. The revelation that unfolded outside the courthouse left the media industry in a state of astonishment. Amidst the swirling storm of controversy, the network found itself in the spotlight, its toxic culture laid bare for all to see. As whispers of misconduct echoed through the halls, a number of its top executives were sidelined, awaiting the outcome of a thorough internal inquiry. Once a beacon of bold humor, the host now found himself cast aside by those who once championed him, left to navigate the shadows of neglect from his own employers. Yet, the tale was far from concluded, and the ultimate resolution would bring about outcomes that no one could have anticipated, even as the winds shifted in Melania's direction. As the trial drew to a close, the courtroom brimmed with an eager crowd. The gallery buzzed with the presence of journalists, their pens ready to capture every detail unfolding before them. A gathering of people formed outside, split between the supporters of Melania Trump and those championing the late-night host. With tension mounting, the atmosphere crackled with anticipation as the startling disclosures of William Carter turned the tide of public sentiment. Melania's attorney shared a compelling narrative during their closing arguments. She championed not just her client, but every family who had been thrust into the spotlight without reason. With a resolute and steady voice, she declared that the aim of this is not to stifle comedy. This relates to taking responsibility. It is essential to grasp that our words, especially when shared with millions, carry significant weight and consequences. A final petition was presented by the defense, weary yet unwavering in its determination. They warned that a ruling unfavorable to the presenter might cast a shadow over comedians everywhere. What lies beyond the boundary? They asked with curiosity. At what point does the ability to challenge and provoke become limited in the name of protecting one's emotions? After hours of contemplation, the jury finally emerged with their decision. In a dramatic turn of events, the network faced a hefty penalty for fostering an environment steeped in sensationalism, while the presenter stood accused and was ultimately deemed guilty of defamation. The judge, however, underscored that the ruling was not an infringement on free speech, but instead a testament to the importance of preserving a child's dignity over mere amusement. The verdict sent ripples through the media world. Melania's triumph carried a touch of melancholy. She championed her son's cause and emerged victorious, yet the journey had taken a toll on her spirit. In a brief yet poignant statement to the press, she conveyed her hope that the case would stand as a reminder to engage in public discourse with heightened care and respect. The repercussions were dire for the one who received it. His program found itself on an endless pause, the network severed ties, and sponsors faded away. Yet, this case sparked a wave of meaningful conversations. A lively debate unfolded across the nation, as individuals passionately discussed the ethics of media sensationalism, the responsibilities of public figures, and the delicate boundaries of comedy. In the weeks that followed, fresh endeavors emerged to tackle the challenges within the entertainment realm. Comedians started to reflect deeply on their craft, networks tightened their oversight, and audiences grew increasingly mindful of the content they decided to champion. One lesson was evident throughout the entire process. We all carry the duty of respect and empathy, even as we cherish the fundamental right of free speech. As the dust settled, the nation found itself pondering the deeper meanings woven into the fabric of the trial. The conversation flowed from the details of the case to the broader cultural questions it raised. What separates laughter from pain? How might we find harmony between the need for accountability and the freedom of expression? Melania's journey resonated deeply, awakening a sense of urgency among countless parents. It stood as a poignant reminder of the importance of championing their children in an increasingly digital and harsh world. A mother from Des Moines shared her heartfelt emotions in a video that captured widespread attention. What consequences might arise for the broader community if someone embodying Melania Trump's platform faces such challenges? The prosecution was not solely aimed at Barron, it encompassed the well-being of all our children. The verdict marked a pivotal chapter for the world of entertainment. Networks and production companies started to reflect on their comedic approaches, recognizing that content fueled by controversy and low-cost visuals came with its own cost. The trial sparked a fresh look at the significance of crafting humor that challenges norms while respecting individuals. In the warmth of homes, amidst the bustling streets, and within the walls of classrooms, people started to ponder the impact of their words and deeds. The trial unfolded like a tale, revealing how a simple jest could spiral into a profound exploration of ethics, values, and respect. Yet, the tale's impact extended beyond Barron, Melania, and the one who shared it. It emerged as a significant moment in our culture, highlighting the need to acknowledge the power of our words, even amidst the liberty to express them. Humor holds the power to bring us together, yet it can also create rifts. It is our responsibility to choose wisely in how we engage with it. And so, as the cameras ceased their relentless gaze and the world marched forward, a singular message lingered in the air. Compassion should forever take center stage. The trial may have reached its end, yet the insights it has shared resonate with greater significance now than ever before. It is our duty to wield our words as tools for connection rather than division, to engage with others in a spirit of respect rather than harshness. Let us continue our conversations, striving to build a community where we can share laughter, embrace differing views, and foster personal growth, all while uplifting one another. I invite you to share your reflections in the comments below if this tale struck a chord with you. Kindly take a moment to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you can stay updated on more tales that invite us to see the world through a different lens.